Why is it that we try to force our students to learn what we want them to learn? And why is it that we're then surprised that they're not paying any attention to the stories that we're telling them? Yes, we try to create these groups of like-minded students, but no two minds are ever really alike. So why don't we take advantage of that fact in our classes? I believe that it is important that we pay attention to the individual needs, the hopes, the dreams, and maybe even the fears that our students have for our classes. Why don't we pay more attention and more time to trying to understand what it is that they wish, that they hope, and what they fear to gain or to get in our classes? And why don't we spend a whole hour on figuring that out before we actually get started with our classes? And why don't we make these individual learning goals a team effort? Why isn't it the responsibility of every single student in our class to help each other achieve those individual goals? Would that make our classes more complex? Yes, probably. But how exciting if we would actually do this. And I think we can achieve that if we just do 4 things. And the first thing we need to do is to spend some time explaining to our students what we have in mind for them to learn. Explain to them what we think should be their individual learning goals. And use some very convincing arguments to explain why indeed this is vital for them to learn. And a second, check whether we actually achieved our goal. Do they now see why it is important for them to learn that? Or do they have entirely different goals in mind? And then, what are those goals? What do they seek to learn in these next few hours that we have together? And how can we achieve that together? What do they need from you, and what do they need from each other to achieve those individual goals? And then 3, we have to make a plan. And we have to try to create a classroom setting and an atmosphere in which every single one can achieve their goal. And probably it's not realistic to actually achieve our mission. Maybe some goals are not met, and that's okay. Because in the end, we're going to check out with our students and check whether actually everybody achieved their goal, or if not, and how in a different way next time they can still achieve that goal individually or together. And also ask them, did they maybe learn something they didn't expect to learn? That could be, that could very well be. And how interesting would that be? I think if we do these 4 things, every single class we teach, we check in with our students and we check out with our students, that we can actually see what they gain from our classes. By doing this check-in and this check-out, we as teachers learn what our students actually need to learn and what they want to learn. And our students, by checking in and checking out, they take responsibility for their own learning. Every class is a new adventure. We don't know what they need right then and right there. And we don't know what it is that they're actually going to gain from whatever we're trying to do with them. But how fun, how exciting if we do this new thing and they learn things they might not ever have expected to learn. So I want to challenge every single one of you to do that, to really figure out what it is that your students want, and to challenge yourself to find new ways to achieve that. And if we fail, we fail. That's okay, because there's a checkout to see what they have learned and what we can do better next time. So do this, and don't forget, during this whole process, enjoy the ride. Thank you.